Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Morgan and bid you all welcome back to Dragon Age Origins for, I think, the first time since February. No more excuses for my delays. You all know how it goes. In a nutshell, not only have I been busy, but my body has been subject to a shocking number of ailments since the beginning of this year that have really wreaked havoc on me. I think we still need to be in there. We need to go, based on my preliminary gander through our excuse me, our journal here. We need to find the assembly hall, where there's probably some kind of great debate going on. Have I talked to you? You don't look familiar.
This has dragged on too long.
Yes, I agree. Should have been resolved long before I got here. Where is the assembly hall? It's in the diamond quarter.
News of the hour. Lord Harrowmont entrenched in the pass.
Okay, I don't know what. I didn't realize these doors don't highlight, which is annoying. But let us make our way through. Hang on, this is the palace. Is this the assembly hall? No, but why don't we just take a look around here? There's a lot of guards holding off places. Whatever, let's... What was that? The fuck is this? Eh? What is going... What is that doing? I don't know what that does. I don't know what that does. Whatever.
Right.
Knock, knock. This is the throne of Orzammar. It's kind of a shitty one, isn't it? I mean, any throne that leaves my knees up to my chin is not a very good one. I like how we're given absolutely free roam around the palace when nobody even knows who we are yet. Ooh, shiny.
This should be easy enough.
I don't care. Alright, let's just smash and grab here. And then be on our merry way. Oh! What is this madness? What the fuck just happened here? I'm so confused. This guy just burst out of the ground and then I killed him.
Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things.
Yeah, no shit. That was the fucking weirdest thing that's happened to me yet. Well, I guess you're lucky I showed up in time.
Thanks again, Warden.
You're welcome.
This should be easy enough.
What a strange place we've stumbled into. Okay, I assume this is what they were going for. Oh, wow. Anything else special to snatch? There's a guard standing in front of this door. I don't think we're getting through.
As you wish.
Key required. Such is life. Alright, well, we gotta find this damn assembly hall.
Lord Harrowmont
Shut your mouth.
Weak man, and he will be a weak.
Is it this one?
Raise your voice in support
Harrowmont.
of Harrowmont, the one true king of Orzammar and our future savior.
Where is this damn place? Okay, of course, it's right past the palace. Oh, so it must be the one with the giant fucking dwarf statues holding two-headed hammers. It would seem a very ineffective weapon, in my opinion. The whole point of a hammer as a viable weapon is that it is extremely heavy on one end, and therefore basically hits like a solid brick. Who are you?
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartak Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring?
I don't know why, but I find this guy's name just really annoying to both listen to and pronounce, so I'm not going to say it. You already know who I am.
It would be hard not to notice the Grey Warden and her eclectic entourage. I hear you seek the aid of Orzammar's finest.
Pretty much whoever's willing to help, honestly. This treaty obliges Orzammar to send troops to the surface.
Ah, ancient documents indeed. These were signed in the reign of Eithnar Bimo.
That is also a really annoying name.
That was 16 generations ago. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
Isn't that convenient? It's always about the fucking language. Battling the Blight is more important than politics.
No one wishes this fight over more than Balin. But while it rages, Orzammar can spare no one to combat what may or may not be a new Blight.
Are you implying a Grey Warden would not recognize a Blight?
I believe you. But what are we to do? If Balin followed his heart and sent his men to aid you, Harrowmont would steal his throne. We would defeat the Blight and return to find our homeland devastated by an incompetent tyrant.
How can I convince you to help?
There might be a way. If you demonstrate to Balin that you owe Harrowmont no fealty. Harrowmont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrowmont's deception.
Irrefutable evidence? Which I suppose you have?
I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
Just hire some Russian hackers to find his emails. I think that would be the quickest, easiest way. Alright, what kind of evidence?
Harrowmont promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Harrowmont can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Harrowmont gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
Where did you get the promissory notes?
That's not important. If
Of
they
course
ask,
it's not.
You found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
Isn't there someone you could report him to?
Normally, the Shapers would handle this sort of accusation. They are the scholars who manage our laws, histories, and genealogies. They are the final arbiters of all disputes in Orzammar. Unfortunately, the Shaper of Memories is the most important among them, and his grandfather was Lord Harrowmont's aunt's first cousin. Obviously, we cannot expect him to offer an unbiased opinion.
That's like 3 times removed. That's bullshit. He'd hold a distant relative over his duty.
I guess I can't expect you surfacers to understand the importance of family in Orzammar. The Shaper is biased, and if you want Prince Balin's help, you'll have to show where your loyalties lie. Will you do it?
I have no fucking loyalty to him. I just need somebody to go upstairs and kill some fucking darkspawn for me. Oh, whatever. Just give me the notes and I'll decide if I want to do it.
Days doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous, likes to spend his time at Tapster's in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
I am not your agent of espionage, my friend. I just got here. You have no sway over me. I will present the evidence and let the dice fall how they may.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
Knock, knock, bitch.
Your mind has gone to dust if you think we would pass such a writ. Half our houses would go broke without the service trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Deshers, lords and ladies of the Assembly. I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The Assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
Alright, so much for that.
Stone-forsaken fools and dusters. I'm sorry. This is the Assembly of the Clans. Only Deshers and occasional guests of state are allowed in.
You don't recognize a Grey Warden?
Forgive me. I am so exhausted. I completely forgot about the message from the Gate Guard. Welcome to Orzammar, Warden. I hope you can forgive our unrest. The loss of our king has hit us hard. Respect for your role is great, but you won't receive a proper hearing until we have a king on the throne.
Is there any way I can break this stalemate?
I must admit, Warden, I am at a loss myself. It lies with Prince Balin or Lord Harrowmont, and they are slow to trust anyone in these uncertain times. I only wish there was more I could do for you.
Such is life. These... they're not still in there. That's a shame. I was going to have a word with them. Well, that seemed mostly a waste of time. Who are you?
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
Doesn't sound like you're doing anything to change that matter. I would speak right now with Lord Harrowmont.
In an ordinary time, Lord Harrowmont would be honored to meet you. Unfortunately, we've already caught more than one of Balin's spies approaching Harrowmont under a pretense of friendship. So I'm afraid I won't be able to take your word. If you want to speak to Harrowmont, you will need to prove he can trust you.
Is that so? What do you want me to do? Denounce Balin publicly?
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Harrowmont's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down.
Do you want me to find out why your fighters dropped out?
That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the ancestors would favor your arm. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
I'll enter the proving and see why these others withdrew. Maybe.
Excellent. The arena is located off the Commons. Talk to the Proving Master and tell him you're entering Lord Harrowmont's roster. The key fighters we lost were Guidon and Baisel. You can look for them in the fighters' preparation chambers behind the ring. And be sure it's before the fights begin. After the first bout, no one may change the roster. If you need to find me again, I will wait in the Tapster's Tavern off the Commons. There is no better place to hear gossip. Perhaps even word of your victory.
Alright, then we'll speak with those fools and decide what's to be done. Now, unfortunately, just picking a side and proving your loyalty is not enough to really garner their support, but it leads to the next step of the equation, so it is something we have to accomplish before anything else.
It'll be 2 years tomorrow. By all the holy sodding ancestors, how can you people just ignore that?
Bronca didn't go alone, Ogren. She took the whole house, everybody but you. So just get over to Tapster's and drown yourself already. You know as well as I do that's how this always ends.
You think I'm afraid of some cub warrior who's barely off the teat? Ha! I'll...
You lift a weapon or attack a single citizen in Orzammar, and you're stripped of your caste and exiled. Even you can't have forgotten that. Get out of here before I call a guardsman.
Hold up now. Okay, we can't talk to him here, unfortunately. I don't know why I can't talk to him here. It's actually really annoying. Oh well, I guess we'll encounter him at Tapster's. Apparently, we still have at least one nug to get back for this guy.
Trust Vala, my nug-wrangling friend.
But I don't know where they are. Uh-oh, thugs.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing bad happens, that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
Nobody seems to notice me standing here, listening in, eavesdropping, with arms at my side, ready to jump into the fray should things go sour. It's weird how much that thug there sounded kind of like Jonathan Banks. But I'm pretty sure he is not a cast member of this, of the voice talent for this game. Alright, so obviously something bad's happening here.
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, well, looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
You get out of here. This is private business.
Looks more like extortion.
Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
They don't know what I'm like.
Allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the merciful Jarvia is offering protection from the chaos. You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee of safety, it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen.
But I can. Take a good look. Do you really want to start this?
Whoa, whoa. All right, you win.
That was a roundabout.
Die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
Yeah, piss off, you pussy.
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude.
What do you know about this Jarvia?
I've never met her, of course. They say she never leaves Dusttown. That's the older area of the city where the casteless congregate. She's the one directing this depravity. Since good King Endrin died, they're getting bolder. They used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're in the commons, shaking honest men down for coin.
What do you know about her Carta?
A band of casteless thugs. They're to blame for all the crime in Orzammar these days. They're criminals, and the children of criminals. The ancestors themselves declared them irredeemable.
Children as well. You go that far?
Their births are abominations.
Ugh.
They were born from no Kalna, with no acknowledgement by the Shapers. They are destined to be criminals. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm grateful for your help, but I don't think we have any more to talk about.
You scumbag. Oh yeah, they're destined to be criminals because of a self-fulfilling prophecy. You throw them to the fucking street. All because they were born to the wrong people. And then, oh, shock and horror. What a surprising turn of events. They turn out to be scumbags because you never gave them an opportunity. Big surprise.
To win, relieve. I do not understand what you mean.
Most your age would spend much of their time preoccupied wondering when they might perish. Yet you already know.
Eavesdropping is not considered very polite, dear.
A fortunate thing, then, that I do not consider myself bound by such rules.
In response to your question, I know only that I died once. I do not know how much time I have left, only that it is very little.
That is not so very different than before, surely. You are an old woman.
One who keenly appreciates that our time in this world should be spent doing what is important.
I have always lived by such a philosophy.
How reassuring.
Alright, so maybe you two aren't so different after all. Just one of you is a scumbag about it. Alright, I guess first things... My god, that texture. What happened here? What on earth? Yeesh. So I guess, we've got two directions to take. One, we gotta take these promissory notes to, Lady Dace. She was actually in the Diamond Quarter. And we gotta find out why these guys won't fight. Since it seems that, Balin is doing most of the cloak and dagger kind of shit, I kinda wanna figure out what he's up to first. And I think the best way is to find out whether or not these fighters are being blackmailed. So let's take a look for them. Baisel. Problem is, this might take some coercion, which we are very good at, but I don't know if we're quite good enough.
The highlight of underground existence, I take it.
Presumably.
Look, I already told the Proving Master I withdrew. Do you have to keep harassing me?
Who are you?
Why, I'm Baisel Haremont, but you know that. Why else would you... if you weren't looking for me, do me a favor and pretend I never said anything.
I don't think so. Did someone make you drop out of the Proving?
I left the Proving on my own business, and I have no intention of discussing it.
But I do. Haremont's hurt that his own cousin would walk out on him.
Oh, don't put it that way. Look, it's just, when I was younger, I had a thing with this Idukan girl, Revelka. Lesser cousin, nowhere near the throne. Her family wanted her marrying up, so they matched her with a BMO. But we didn't exactly stop seeing each other.
So you're being blackmailed? Spit it out.
Balin's fighter, Miaja, showed me love letters they have, from Revelka to me. If I fight, they'll expose us.
I can get those letters back.
You'd do that? I don't know how to thank you. I know it's my own fault, but I'd have married her if I could. Balin's fighter, Miaja, has the letters. If you make sure she never shows them to anyone, I'll fight for Haremont again. But you need to find them quickly. Registrations close once the first bout starts.
Alright, I guess we'll do that quickly. But what I'm going to do here, because I'm not really sure which direction I want to take this, and I don't know where the point of no return is, I'm gonna save this. What should we name it? Balin or Haremont. So that way, if I decide I change my mind, I can reload the save. Because, again, if something comes up and I decide, and I hit the point of no return before I really meant to, I'm going to be a little upset.
Watch for Piotr Idukan. He's won the squad combat 4 years running. He has 11 decapitations so far. He needs just 3 more for the one-season record.
Wow, impressive. Guess you watched a lot of provings then.
Front row seats at every grand proving since my father took me on his shoulders. Name's Varric. I got a controlling interest in a mine off the old Roostin Tig. But my backers know not to hand me a pick any day there's blood on the stone, if you know what I mean.
So, have you ever fought in one?
Me? Are you out of your mind? I'm a miner, not a warrior.
What are the rules?
They change from round to round. Sometimes it's bare hands, sometimes weapons, sometimes pairs or squads. It's announced when the fight begins. That's about all the warning anyone gets.
So the proving's just a tournament?
Sure. Like King Endrin was just a noble. A proving is a sacred art. Any dispute brought to the proving ground is settled by the ancestors' decision, and no one can protest it.
Isn't that nice?
I'm telling you, Piotr will take the prize. You can put gold on it.
Perhaps I will. But I don't know you well enough to make that decision. Let's take a gander at this. Huh. Story of the Provings looks more like two miners about to encounter each other and probably be very surprised. Miyaja, you're the one who stole his letters, aren't you?
This area is off limits. Combatants only.
Are you gonna kick me out? I hear you've been threatening Haruman's fighters.
Is that an accusation? It's illegal to threaten proving fighters outside the ring.
Not helping them keep their dirty secrets, though. That's another story.
I'd like to see those letters.
I bet you would.
Just tell Basil Haramont to fight.
Then you'll see them. On the front page of a broadsheet.
Come on, Luke John. We have a fight to prepare for.
Alright, well, they ain't exactly denied it. If we can just find their quarters, I think we can, ha 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 ha. The power of tab is on my side.
Right.
Yoink, bitch.
Go away. I don't talk to admirers until after the fight.
Alright, well, you won't be seeing me then. Ooh, you're one of the guys.
Guards, remove this intruder.
Yeah, I'd like to see you try. Alright, well, I'm going. What is this? Undwarven property. Alright, so we gotta find the other fool. Who's the other fool? Guidon. Must be this way.
As you wish.
Do not disturb me. I must met.
This guy looks positively Wojcik. No, that's not what I was thinking of. I thought that was the...
Get out of here!
Meh. That his name reminded me. I realize now that I'm misremembering it, but his name reminded me of the story of the Polish soldier bear in World War I think it was. His name was like Wotek or something, but Wojcik just kind of reminded me of him. Pretty hilarious story if you look it up.
You looking at something?
Yeah, I'm looking at the back of your ugly ass head. What's in here? Okay, you look like the people who probably did something shady, so I'm not going to talk to you first. I'm assuming Guidon is this way.
This should be easy enough.
Nope.
Fine to see you here, Warden. A number of people have told me they hope to see you in the provings. It's a rare opportunity to fight against someone so exotically trained. In fact, a few were hoping you'd take part in some informal action.
Informal?
Assembly restricted, not illegal. All that ritual lets nobles rationalize it's not a blood sport. They don't like commoners using the arena for petty squabbles. Some of us prefer an honest spectacle. And sometimes someone needs a good beating, and all that talking gets in the way.
What do you have in mind?
Say the word and I'll line up a team from one of the younger houses. They don't often get a chance to test themselves in the provings. They're a hungry bunch who employ unusual tactics. Understand that there's no concern for fairness here. Your battles will be hard won.
Who am I facing and what do I get for it?
The younger houses are interested in unorthodox tactics. Many hire mercenaries to augment traditional strengths. Anything goes is a fair description. We give small payouts, maybe a bonus from time to time, but this isn't about money. It's about skill and the chance to show it.
I don't need to prove shit.
I'll be here.
Yeah, that just sounds like a crock. Just killing young, naive fools for, no real financial gain, even. Let them get themselves killed. I ain't gonna be a part of it.
You new in the fights? I don't remember seeing you before.
You one of the fighters?
Was. Name's Guidon, and I just tendered my resignation. Somehow I don't think the ancestors will favor me today.
Doolin Forender asked me to talk to you.
I bet he did. That man thinks nothing is beneath him. Well, you could just tell him I had my reasons. It's not so much what happened, as what's going to. I heard from a reliable source Lord Haramont's already given up the throne. Balin called this whole proving to let his lordship save face when he concedes.
So, I don't understand.
It lets Harriman save face by bowing to the ancestors' decision when he loses. But how do you think it looks for the men who support him? I'd back Harriman as he asked, but if he's giving up, I won't sacrifice my family so he can retire with dignity.
Harriman is still... Oh, do I want to say that? Whoever told you that is lying. I'm just going to try and figure out who told him.
Oh? And where did you hear this that's more reliable than a member of the Assembly?
Doolin, and I'm rallying honorable fighters for Harriman.
I suppose there's nothing his lordship would do without consulting Doolin. He's always been his top man. Maybe you're right. I'm just a warrior. I've always tried to stay out of these noble politics. If I find out this whole thing was some flunky of Balin's lying to me for his own gain, I'll...
Slink out of here like a kick dog?
No, you're right. I owe Lord Harriman more than that.
That's what I thought. It's a shame he doesn't tell us who told him. So I would have liked to try and figure that out and determine their efficacy as a source of intel, but seeing as he called it a reliable source and then so quickly came to suspect them of treachery, I don't know, a little sketchy. His judgment calls seem to be a bit aloof. Yes? I'm a Ladian of the Grey Wardens.
Don't take it personally. Hana-shan's a member of the Silent Sisters. She doesn't talk to anyone.
Who are the Silent Sisters?
They're an order of female warriors, founded by Astith the Grey, a woman of the warrior caste who first fought for women's right to be soldiers. When no one listened to her words, Astith cut out her tongue and dedicated herself to training until she won a grand proving bare-handed. The women who joined her order cut out their tongues in her honor.
Interesting.
Ancestors guide you.
Seems that women are always forced to do something incredibly dramatic just to get their voices heard. Although, in this case, I don't think anyone's hearing them anymore. Oh, such a tragic patriarchal society we are forced to endure. Us ladies. Alright, well, we got his letters. Well, they're probably going to be pretty straightforward. Okay, that's not it. And nothing special about them. Guess we'll turn these in. Then we get the two fighters getting back in the fray, but we don't have to prove ourselves.
I should leave if you haven't found anything.
I have your letters right here.
Where did you get those? No, I don't want to know. Just thank you. I can't say what it means to know my Revelka is safe.
Who's actually safe just because your letters are out? Then you'll fight in the proving.
I will be glad to fight for Harriman in the provings. Thank you again, friend.
Alright, we got that taken care of, but we have not necessarily made our stance of loyalty on Harriman's behalf since we have not shed blood ourselves. So I think we are taking an cautiously favorable stance right now, but we can still do
It must have been very difficult for you
Balin's side of it.
to live always hiding from the Chantry and its hunters.
Your pitying tone is as unwelcome as it is unnecessary, old woman. There was nothing difficult about our lives in the slightest.
But surely you must have drawn notice from time to time. No matter how powerful you claim to be, you would not wish the full attention of the Chantry.
Hunters did come into the wilds from time to time. They did not leave.
And the interest of the Chantry was never aroused. I find that difficult to believe.
I imagine you find many things difficult to believe. Your own preference for the leash you wear, for instance.
There are good reasons for the world to fear mages, even despite our best intentions.
Your best intentions, perhaps. Their fear concerns me not at all.
Well, the two of them have some very interesting discussions, but Alright, so where's this red-headed angry fellow that we saw storming off down here? I want to have a word with him before we move on. There you are.
What do you want? Hey, I heard about you. Grey Warden, coming from the surface. Great crisis in the world. People are saying how you've thrown yourself on Harrowmont's wagon train. I figured you'd be the one, you know, who could help me find Branka. But I guess you're just like all the rest.
All the rest of whom?
Power-hungry Deep Lords. The only real concern they have is whose ass gets the throne. You don't have to play dumb, Warden. Their lackeys only come to me when they want something. Well, if you want the secrets of a paragon, do the work and find her.
Is that who Branka is? She's the paragon?
City's only living paragon, and she's been lost in the deep roads for 2 years. 2 years, and no one's raised a bleeding army to go look for her. What's it matter to you, huh? You trying to find out her secrets? That what Harrowmont sent you here for? I know he's been poking around, trying to find things out about her, what she was looking for. Won't tell me spit, though. He wants it for himself, right? A little blessing from the Ancients' technology, and he's assured the throne. Is that it?
What are you talking about? What technology?
You are looking for it. Of course, that's all anyone cares about. Well, sod off and sod your mother, too. I need a bleeding drink. You keep on your errands. Until your boss really commits to looking, you're getting nothing but smoke out of old Ogren. Sod off, Duster.
I don't know if I fucked up there. I don't remember him being so hostile last time. Hopefully we can sort that out, because I don't want that to be at the end of this, but he seems to be in an ill humor.
Did you need something else, Warden?
Can we send him a drink?
Maybe I can help.
I thought Ogren might be in here.
He should be by the trash barrel. Easy to spot. Everyone gives him a wide berth.
I don't know why I already know who he is.
Sod off, Duster.
Oh, well, I kind of wanted to send him a drink, but whatever. Now, I am concerned, since we have basically helped Harrowmont out already, if I reveal the true nature of these promissory notes to these guys, that might just put another step towards Harrowmont's favor, and I'm not sure I necessarily want that right now.
I wasn't expecting you back. I guess you realize this is about the only fun in Orzammar?
I have news. Harrowmont is double-dealing you and Lady Dace.
Oh, well, I'd ask for proof, or why you care, but frankly, I'm so tired of it I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't even want the land, but my house would kill me if I turned it down. Responsibilities, you know. Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And they'll both have to try something else. And I thought it was going to be a nice day.
Why vote for Harrowmont if you didn't want the land?
I actually thought he was the better candidate. You must think I'm pretty soddy naive, huh? They're all the same, well-dressed, blood-sucking cave ticks. I'll have to inform Mother that Lord Harrowmont hasn't bought our vote after all.
Alright, well, I wasn't even allowed to tell him how I got it, but... oh well. We will deal with that later. Alright, next person is Lady Dace, who's back in the Diamond Quarter anyway. So let us make our return. All this politicking really makes the time fly by, unfortunately. Can't get into the Helmy house, unfortunately. Shut your cunt mouth.
What do you want? Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about.
Yes, I'm Eladian.
It's fascinating the surface has an entire order dedicated to fighting Darkspawn. Down here, that's just what fighting means. But I'm sure it's more difficult on the surface. It must be much harder to find them.
You might want to take a look at these papers.
Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough, but there's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it.
Well, what will you tell him?
I cannot. Not for weeks. He is leading a deep roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient Tig. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt.
How would I know where to find your father?
He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Does that mean you'll go?
I mean, I guess. That's a lot of work just to deliver a letter.
So Balin's victory means enough for you to risk your life. How interesting.
Listen, I've been fighting Darkspawn since the start of this game. I know what I'm doing. It's more just a tedious errand for me at this point. But whatever, I guess we'll head down there. But not today. What's gonna happen is next time I think we're gonna... we might take a peek in Dust Town right now. I think we got a bit of time to spare. I just don't want it to go too far, because I don't want to start making like hour-long episodes again. But then again, since I've been so sparse with these lately, I think a longer treat for you guys might be worthwhile. Let's head down to Dust Town. Well, this is a shanty if I've ever seen it. Okay. What are you doing? Oh, he ran off. We are getting our asses kicked, though. Holy shit. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Dust Town for you.
You cannot win.
Alright, that was fun. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't feel like dealing with that right now, so I guess next episode we'll have to weather this ambush that came out of fucking nowhere. I'm assuming it's related to the guys that we forced out of the wine shop, but whatever. I got a headache anyway, so it's probably time to call this. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for watching. We'll try and get more of this uploaded weekly so we can hopefully have at least one, maybe both of my current series done before Elex comes out later this year, and that way I can just focus on that. But otherwise, don't forget to follow me on Twitch and subscribe to my stream archive channels. I would like to get weekly streams pretty regularly as well. But apart from that, have yourselves a wonderful night, and thank you for watching.